Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 Questions with Emmy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Today I'm so excited to be talking with Bindi Irwin. She joins me all the way from the Australia Zoo. I interviewed her brother Robert a few months ago, and now his beautiful sister is here. Bindi, it's so nice to see you today.
Hi, love. It's so good to see you. I am so excited to be talking to you today. My brother Robert absolutely loved chatting to you. He had so much fun and was so excited to tell me all about it. So I'm really lucky that I get to talk to you as well. Thank you.
Let's get started with the questions.
Okay.
Number 1. What is your favorite thing to do at the Australia Zoo?
Oh, my favorite thing to do here at Australia Zoo. Well, I love spending time with all of our beautiful animals. It is wonderful because we actually live right in the middle of Australia Zoo. So our beautiful Australia Zoo gardens are our backyard. It's spectacular. So I love walking around the zoo and spending time with all of our sweet animals. And I've just recently had a daughter, and my beautiful baby girl, Grace Warrior, loves meeting the animals too. She loves seeing the tortoises and patting the koalas. So now for me as a new mama, I get to watch her joy and excitement to see all of the animals at Australia Zoo, and it makes me really, really happy. Plus, we're really lucky because we get to share our family of animals with everybody who comes to visit. And we've had people visit us from all over the world, from all different walks of life. And it's so much fun to watch everybody's connection with our animals because everyone has a favorite. And whether it's, feeding the giraffes or kissing the wombats, you connect with a certain animal and then that's it. You're just set for life. So it's really fun. And I love watching that magic. But I have to ask, what's your favorite animal?
I like pandas.
Oh, you like pandas. We have red pandas here at Australia Zoo, and we've just recently started a red panda breeding program, and we're thinking that one of our red pandas may be pregnant. Maybe. So we're a little bit excited to have little tiny baby red pandas because they are very fluffy.
Question number 2. Your baby Grace is so cute. What do you like best about being a mom?
Oh, thank you. She is so much fun. I love everything about being a mum. It is so much fun. And Grace is hilarious. Every day is new and different with her because she just keeps growing and changing, and she is adorable. But I have to say, my favorite thing in the world is watching the magic of everything around her through her eyes, because the world is like it's new again to her. The other day, we spent half an hour just looking at a leaf. She was sitting on the ground looking at a leaf for half an hour, just studying it, going, wow, I love this leaf. And she'd hold it close to her face and then hold it far away and then feel it. And I thought to myself, unless I had beautiful Grace, I never would have spent half an hour just looking at this leaf. And you know what? It is an amazing leaf. And we live in an incredible world where there are leaves and trees. And it's really special. So I love the fact that I get to see the world through her eyes and experience the magic all over again. And it's so much fun being her mum because I get to teach her about all of our beautiful animals. And I know that she's going to grow up to be a wildlife warrior and do great things just like you do. You are an amazing wildlife warrior as well. It's so much fun. I love everything that you're achieving.
What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
Favorite animal at the zoo? Oh my word. That's a really tough one because I love all of our animals. I feel like a little bit of a mum to all of the animals. It's hard to choose a favorite. I love them all equally. But if I was really, really pressed, I'd have to say I love echidnas. Have you seen echidnas before?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to try to explain what an echidna looks like, which is tough because they're pretty wild looking. So an echidna is like a blob covered in spikes, like a porcupine. They have back feet that are faced backwards. So their back feet face backwards. They have long claws, kind of toenail things. They have a really long nose called a beak. They have a super long tongue that eats ants and termites. They have teeny tiny eyes and 2 holes on the side of their head, which are kind of like their ears. They are super, super strange looking, but they can also be quite fluffy underneath those spikes. So their belly is really, really fluffy, and they have kind of like this fluffy hair in between their spines. Really wild. They are monotremes, which means that they are egg-laying mammals. And there's only 2 kinds of monotremes in the world, the echidnas and the platypus. So these guys are just wild looking, super, super wacky, so much fun to be around, and I love them. You will have to Google echidnas after we're done with this call because they're really fun to look at.
My dad just Googled it and he's showing me it right now.
Don't they look cool? They're so interesting.
They look
and I
crazy,
love them.
but cool.
Totally. And that's why I love them so much, because they are weird and wonderful. And I think that they're so special because they're just unique animals. You know, there's nothing quite like them in the world, and they're found all over Australia. And what's really funny is that they live in different climates in Australia, but the echidnas that live in the really hot climates, like the Simpson Desert, they don't have a lot of hair. But then if you go to Tasmania, where it gets really cold, they are so fluffy that you can barely see those spines. They just look like a giant cotton ball walking around. It's so cute. And when they walk, they do this little waddle thing that just makes me laugh every time.
I interviewed Robert a few months ago. What's the best prank you've played on your brother growing up or lately?
The best prank I've played on my brother. Well, here's the funny thing. I get scared really easily. So my family has to tell me when they enter a room, because if they just appear, I get scared. The other day, Chandler dropped a peanut butter lid and I almost jumped out of my skin. I was so scared. So my family knows, make no sudden movements around Bindi. And because of that, I don't pull a whole lot of pranks on anybody because I don't want to be pranked in return. However, my brother did do a little bit of a prank when it came to setting up my baby girl's nursery. So what he did is he got this giant dinosaur statue. I mean, it was huge. It was taller than me. And he put it into Grace's nursery before she was born. So he was helping me set up the nursery with my husband, Chandler, and I wasn't there. So they put in this giant dinosaur sculpture and they had me close my eyes and they walked me into the nursery. And when I opened my eyes, I had no idea that there would be a giant dinosaur staring in my face. And it looked really lifelike. It was really scary. And I got such a big fright. It was terrifying. So that was quite a prank. I had to tell him to take the giant dinosaur out of Grace's nursery because I didn't want her to be afraid. It was looming over her cot. So thankfully she hadn't been born yet. But that was the biggest prank that he has pulled on me recently. So I think it's kind of pranks happen to me and I don't give them back. But it's a good question.
You should prank him sometime.
I should. You'll have to give me some good ideas. You really
prank
will.
my brothers all the time, so I can help you.
I love that. Thank you. I need some good advice.
You were 8 when your dad passed away. Do you have a favorite memory with him?
Favorite memory. I have so many wonderful memories with my dad. He was so much fun and he'll always be like my superhero. But one of my very favorite memories was when we went swimming with these wild dolphins. So we were on this boat in the ocean and we were swimming and filming together, and it was so much fun. And I was really little. So we call them like little floaties. They're like little pillows that are on your arms because I was so little. I couldn't swim on my own yet and we were in the ocean. So I was swimming with my dad and I had my little floating pillows and I was holding onto his shoulders and we were swimming around, and all of a sudden As the sun set, these wild dolphins came swimming up to us and they started jumping over us. And I was holding on to my dad, and these dolphins kept coming up to us and they would look at us and make their little squeaking noises and jump over us. And it was the most amazing experience. And they were so curious of us. And it's forever one of my very favorite memories with my dad. I'm so glad we got to share that.
What is your favorite American food that they don't have in Australia?
Favorite American food? I love goldfish crackers.
I love goldfish too.
They're so good. Oh my word. And I tell people here in Australia how much I love goldfish crackers, and they either think I'm eating goldfish, which I'm not, or they think that the crackers are for goldfish. So they think I'm eating crackers that you feed to goldfish. I love goldfish crackers, and only people in the US understand my love for them. So thank you.
I'll send you some in the mail, Bindi.
I would love that. They are my favorites and I love them so much. And thank you.
Why are you so passionate about working with animals?
I am so passionate about working with animals because I love them so much, and I want to make sure that we have an abundance of wildlife for the generations to come. Animals are having a really hard time in the wild at the moment, with habitat destruction and climate change, and there's a lot going on and they're facing a lot of pressure. So I want to make sure that we can protect our beautiful wildlife and wild places forever, because it feels like my purpose in life. We all have a different purpose, and we're all passionate about different things, and that's why it's so special. But for me, I want to make sure that we have lots of animals forever. And that's why we've dedicated our lives to wildlife conservation. We call ourselves wildlife warriors, and being a wildlife warrior means to stand up and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. And we've dedicated our lives to doing as much for conservation as we possibly can with our wildlife hospital that rescues and rehabilitates animals, with our conservation projects around the world, and our work here at Australia Zoo, educating and inspiring people to love all wildlife, even the not so cute and cuddly animals. It's really important to me. And I'm so passionate because I want to be able to give others that opportunity to love and respect our natural world. We all seem to be getting further and further away from that connection with nature, where we really need to gain that love and passion for our natural world again. I think it's really important because we're all on this planet together. We all share one Mother Earth, so it's important that we protect our beautiful Earth.
Now it's time for some bonus questions. Are you ready, Bindi?
Yes, I love bonus questions. I'm sitting down. I'm ready.
Okay. Question number 1. I interviewed Derek Huff the other day. What was it like being on Dancing with the Stars with him?
Yay, you interviewed Derek. I love Derek so much. He feels like my big brother. He is absolutely wonderful, and I had so much fun dancing with him. He is, firstly, an amazing dancer, but before I went on Dancing with the Stars, I had never danced before in my life. I had never even worn high heels before. The first time I put them on, I fell over flat on my face, and it was terrifying. I looked like a baby giraffe. If you've ever seen a baby giraffe walk for the first time, it is not graceful. So it was a long process, but because of Derek, because of his determination, kindness, and being there for me no matter what, he helped us to win the Mirrorball Trophy in that season. It was amazing. I still can't believe it happened, but it was so special. And he is so much fun. He is such a wonderful person. And I feel very, very lucky that he's now kind of part of my family.
You're a good dancer, Bindi.
Thank you, love. Do you like to dance?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're an amazing dancer too. It's so much fun.
What do you like to do for fun with your family when you're not working?
Oh, our work is wildlife conservation. And then when we're not working, we pretty much just spend time with animals. It's really funny. But okay, if we're not with animals, and we're not in the zoo, we usually like to spend time together hiking or going for picnics out in nature. But normally we're just with animals doing animal things.
What's been a good piece of advice that you've given to you that you think might help me?
Ooh, the best piece of advice, I think, is to read everything. That advice was given to me, and I love it so much because it has helped me throughout my entire life. The more you know about the world around you, the more experiences you can embark upon. I think it's really special. So if you can read everything and just find yourself the things that you love and follow your heart, truly. Like, just do whatever you love the most in life, and you will be able to undertake and accomplish anything. You know, it's so important to be able to follow your passions and follow your heart. And you are already doing so much. I mean, I love watching your videos. You are such an incredible journalist. You are amazing. You are so good, and your questions are absolutely wonderful. And I'm so grateful I got to talk to you today, because you are going to change the world, and it's really inspiring to me to know you. So thank you. But yes, read as much as you can and do anything you want in life, because you sky's the limit.
I love reading, so that's
Good.
not going to be a problem.
I'm so glad. Me too.
Thanks so much for talking with me today, Bindi.
Thank you so much. I've loved talking to you, and I hope that one day, I know it's going to be a while because the world's a little crazy right now, but one day you can visit us here in Australia, and we will show you around Australia Zoo and make sure you get to cuddle some red pandas and koalas and everything, because we would love to have you and your family here.
Don't forget I post a new interview every Thursday. And don't forget to check out the Australia Zoo if you're in Australia.
Woohoo! Thank you. We love you.
Tell the animals I said hi.
Absolutely. They are sending big cuddles right back. We're in our wildlife hospital at the moment, so I'll go cuddle them for you.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 questions with Emmy.